afternoon and welcome to the Nash House. My name is Maggie Webb and I'm the volunteer curator of the Nash House. I'll give you just a very brief history of this house. It was built in 1878. It is a brick Italianate in style, and if you travel around Delaware at all, you'll see many houses in this style. The house was built for the Slattery family from Lewis Center, and they stayed in the house about 3 years, and then it was sold to the Hutchinsons and then finally to the Nashes in 1885. And the Nashes, Pauline Nash, donated the house in 1954 to the Historical Society. So basically only 3 families had lived in this house. We are in the parlor of the Nash House, which would have been used for formal entertainment for guests. This room is furnished, as most of the house is, with donations of furniture and artifacts that were donated by people from Delaware County, and everything in the house is related to Delaware County in some way. We have a desk, a very intricately carved desk that was done by Professor Dorothy Graham at Ohio Wesleyan as a class project. We have the horsehair settee and the chairs and the side chair. We have some beautiful display cases, and we also have a display case with Professor Roland Walker from Ohio Wesleyan as a child, and we have his outfit that he's wearing in his portrait in the cabinet. So there are just many things in this room to look at and to talk about. We are in the music room. The piano in the music room was the first piano that was used at the Ohio Wesleyan Female College in 1855. We have several phonographs and other musical instruments. We have the organ that belonged to Lois Cole Nash, who was lady of the house, and she received it as a gift when she was a child. We have Pauline Nash's phonograph and her record collection from the 1920s and 30s, and we have some very beautifully, intricately carved chairs done by Mr. Robinson, and we have a brochure on him that you can look at. This is the dining room of the Nash House. This piece here was part of the Shaw Tavern, which was at the corner of Sandusky and William Street. And if you ever look at an 1860s map of Delaware, you will find that the Shaw Tavern is on the southeast corner. The chairs were made by the Delaware Chair Company. This is Mr. Dunlop, who was an early surveyor of Delaware County. We have Bun's Restaurant, Bun Hoffman's family's doll. I don't know if you can see it or not. In our china closet, we have all the beautiful china that was used by the McCabe family. Lorenzo McCabe was a very early professor at Ohio Wesleyan, and he was very helpful in getting the school going. And we have all the china that they used in their home when they lived in Delaware. We are in the kitchen at the Nash House. This kitchen was remodeled around the late 30s, early 40s. Originally it had a wood stove that sat over here. Now we have a 1928 GE monitor top refrigerator that has been working since 1928. We have a cabinet, a Hoocher cabinet, full of tools and implements and irons that would have been used in the daily housekeeping. This room also has a 1947 Sunray stove that was made here in Delaware. One thing, we can't go over there. One thing we have in this house that nobody really knows about is a safe from the First National Bank. Eugene Nash, who was the owner of the home, was chairman of the First National Bank, and somehow he ended up with this safe, and the cabinet was built around the safe. Just an interesting little fact. On this wall in the foyer, we have pastels done by a member of the Vandeman family of Old Delaware. It's a very beautiful collection. We have a picture of James Eaton, who was an early surveyor of Delaware County. And we also have a very fancy scroll work done by Mr. Robinson, who did the beautiful chairs in the music room. We are in the gentleman's study upstairs at the Nash House. This room was designed in 1976 by an art student from Ohio Wesleyan. The wallpaper is a nice replica of what would have been used during the era. The picture rail is original to the house. And we have a photograph of Frank B. Willis, who was a United States Senator. And we have two lovely desks. This is a map desk that was from the county clerk's office. And then we have a partner's desk with drawers on each side, so people could work together. We are in the children's room upstairs at the Nash House. This is the most favorite thing of mine in the whole house. It's an 1860 dollhouse that was made down in Charleston, South Carolina. And all the furniture, except for 2 or 3 pieces, are original to the house. It's a very lovely piece. This room is filled with toys that children would have played with in the 1800s. And we also have a collection of clothing, and we rotate the clothing so you can see different outfits that children used to wear. We are in the upper hall of the Nash House upstairs. This is a wicker stroller that was found in the Jane Case Hospital at Winter and Franklin Street, and they have since moved, and it's now Grady Hospital, part of Ohio Health. This is a painting that Mr. Robinson did, and it's called, there are 2 paintings actually, it's called The Miser and His Wife. She knows where the money is hidden, and she's going to wait until her husband is gone, and then I think she'll find it. We are in the parents' bedroom at the Nash House. The bedroom furniture was part of the Heseltine family collection, and the Heseltines had an apparel shop in Delaware in the 1880s. We have a beautiful coverlet on the bed, and we have a lot of coverlets in our collection. We have a lot of quilts, and over here we have a beautiful child's cradle, and we have a picture of a young child who died at a very early age, and he has a mourning wreath around his picture. Thank you so much for visiting the Nash House. Please come again really soon, and we can tell you a lot more about the house, the people that lived here, and the furnishings. Hope to see you soon.